Velkommen til Lederne.
Okay. Hi, we are Stephanie and Cathrine from Lederne, and we're here to talk to you a bit about how we use Snowflake to enhance our data science capabilities.
At Lederne.
At Lederne, of course. First, we're going to do a bit of an introduction on Lederne and ourselves, and then we're going to just quickly run through our current data platform setup, and then we're going to talk about two of our current products that we have developed using Snowflake, first Jobmatch and then Lead Engine, and then we're going to talk a bit about the next steps we see using Snowflake.
And first of all, for those of you who don't already know Lederne, we are Denmark's largest professional organization, as well as an unemployment insurance fund for managers, directors, as well as trusted employees, etc. We are involved in various different initiatives and products trying to promote sustainable leadership and youth employment, as well as social responsibility in general. And this means that we're a membership organization, and we have several dedicated teams that work every single day to provide personalized support to our current members, as well as to generating new ones. And yes, this is us, Cathrine and Stephanie. I work as a data scientist at Lederne, and I have a master in data science from the IT University of Copenhagen. And I love to work with machine learning and AI. These are some of my greatest interests. And I love to work with this at Lederne.
Yeah. And I'm Stephanie, as I said before. I have a master in science from Copenhagen Business School, but I work as an analytics engineer at Lederne. I've been there for like about a year now, I think, same as Cathrine. And I mainly work in dbt and Snowflake. That's my everyday life. So this is our current data platform setup. We have a lot of different source systems, which we mainly ingest in Snowflake using Azure Data Factory. We then use dbt to, like as I said, we have a lot of different source systems with a lot of varying data. So we use dbt to sort of like streamline that. So we have a lot of code running there every day, and then we prepare that data to be used by the rest of our organization, basically. So we have a lot of data visualization in dashboards in Tableau. And then we also use a lot of the data in our data science department. So for machine learning and AI products, and we're gonna, those are some of the ones we're gonna show you a bit more now.
And first of all, we're gonna tell you about what we call Jobmatch. It's a service that we have developed using Snowflake, essentially. And it has some data science in mind, you could say. And the idea is that it's a service for our members. And first of all, we would like to show you, we don't have a live demo, but it is a non-live demo. And we're just gonna show you how to use Jobmatch. First of all, you input your postal code, and then you upload your resume. And the idea is that Jobmatch is going to generate some job suggestions for you, job listings based on this uploaded resume. And this is just going to take a while. The reason you have to put in your postal code is that Jobmatch is going to try and find a job for you that is physically close to you, and that also matches your resume well. So here it returns a list of available jobs. As you can see, you can scroll through them and have a look. And as I said, you put your postal code in, so you have the opportunity to adjust your distance searching criteria to match whatever you prefer here. And we can also, it's gonna take a bit of time.
I can see now it shows jobs that are closer to the postal code, so in the Copenhagen area.
In the Copenhagen area, yes. And you can also click and see the original job listing. This happens to be a job at Lederne. Wow, amazing. Maybe someone wants to apply for this. And you can also go back to Jobmatch and get some suggestions on what elements to include in your job application if you would like to apply for this job. And another thing you can do is scroll down to the bottom and see even more suggested jobs if you're interested in seeing this. So this was just a quick demo of what Jobmatch is and how it works. And the whole idea behind how Jobmatch works, can I move on? Yes. Is that when you're looking for a new job, you typically want to prioritize two primary requirements for this job. The first one is that it should be at a short physical distance from you. And the second one is that it should hopefully be relevant for you, for your competencies and your skill set. And these are exactly the two main requirements that Jobmatch tries to meet when it finds and suggests different jobs for you. And the way it works in practice is that, let's start at the top left for you guys. We have a database of job listings. This is of course in Snowflake. And we're continuously updating this database with job listings with new and active jobs. And then you upload your resume as we showed you. And then we have a GPT embedding model that will generate a vector embedding, both one representing the job listings and one representing the resume that you uploaded. And then this multi-dimensional vector embedding is stored in what we call here a vector database. This is of course also in Snowflake. And here we use the vector data type inside Snowflake to store these vector embeddings. And we're also using the Google Maps API to calculate the distance between the location of the job position and the job seeker. And we're also making use of Azure's OpenAI services in order to use large language models to extract some information from the uploaded resume. And then all of this ends up with Jobmatch iteratively generating some matches for you and listing the jobs that are the best matches for you based on the resume that you uploaded. And just to quickly show you how it looks like in Snowflake when we're storing these vector embeddings, here you can see both there's an embedding for the title and also one, we call it summary. It's for the entire content of the job listing, and for the title, it's for the job title. So we create an embedding for both of these separately. And of course, this is just a small selection of the entire job listings database that we're showing you. But you can also see two additional attributes that we're including in the job database. There are many more, but these are telling us whether the job is still active and also whether it's about a management position. And of course, the two attributes that are embeddings, they're making use of the vector data type in Snowflake. And another important Snowflake functionality that Jobmatch relies on is the user-defined functions. Here we have one that is written in Python code, but it's defined inside Snowflake. And this particular function is for similarity calculation. It essentially computes the similarity between two different embedding vectors. So Jobmatch specifically uses this function to compute the distance or the similarity between the embedding vector for the job listing and the embedding vector for the resume. Yeah, so that was one example of how we've used Snowflake to develop a service for our members that we call Jobmatch. And now we're going to move on to telling you about another product that we call Lead Engine, which also heavily relies on Snowflake functionalities.
Yes. So in general, the Lead Engine is a product we created in 2024, which is an AI model that scores all of our incoming leads and divides them into 4 groups. We get leads from various digital channels like Facebook or LinkedIn ads, but also from Jobmatch actually whenever you upload a resume up in there. And leads are used by our sales department to then hopefully be generated into a sale of a membership or insurance. Like I said before, leads are split into 4 categories. First, we have the baseline category, which consists of 20% of all incoming leads that are randomly selected and then used as our benchmark, basically, to measure performance against in the remaining 3 groups. And the remaining 3 groups are the high, medium, and low, which are pretty self-explanatory, but the high group is all of the leads with an exceptionally high score, and then we have the low group, which are leads that our AI model has deemed as no less convertible than anything else, basically. So the data that we use to train this model is gathered from our customer data platform, Bloomreach, which is the yellow logo. And this platform is used for member communication, and it tracks web behavior of our web page visitors and members, and is mainly used by our marketing department. Our customer data platform at Bloomreach, on the other hand, is then enriched with a lot of data from Snowflake, so there's sort of like a mutual relationship between those two. And then again, all of this lead info is used both in Bloomreach, but we also take it from Snowflake to Adversus, our sales software, which is used by our sales department to contact all of these leads and hopefully turn them into an actual membership. But I'm going to focus a bit more on how our marketing department uses all of this. Specifically, the lead scoring they use for lead nurturing, where we upload the lead score in Bloomreach, and then they take the leads with lower scores, and then they sort of like personalize content for these people, and then hopefully sort of like nudge them towards potentially being a sale at a future point. And yeah, like I said, they use this for segmenting how we channel our content to people. And like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of different data sources, and we use a lot of different data in Bloomreach. Lead scores, for instance, but we also import information about our current members that we use that we use in our marketing department. And we have a bunch of other machine learning models that generate churn risk, for instance, which our marketing department also uses to hopefully generate give them specialized content to make them less likely to abandon their membership. But all of these data sources they can be quite tricky to import into the same customer data platform, which has a very specific. It needs very specific criteria to upload data in. But here, Snowflake really helps us. So this is the data flow of for our lead engine. So first, we have we gather all of the data in Snowflake, and we then transform it in DBT, so it matches again very, very specific criteria that Bloomreach needs. And then we use the easy connection between Data Factory and Snowflake to ingest or copy all of the data from Snowflake into Azure's blob storage. And here I have a screenshot of this specific pipeline that we use for this, where we just have a list of all of the tables that we want to copy into blob storage. And then it basically just iterates over each table with its respective query, and then copies the current content of the table into blob. And then Bloomreach has an integration with blob storage, where it just copies the CSV file that is generated there. And then we have this pipeline runs every day, every hour, ensuring that our marketing department always has fresh data of our both members and leads. And just to sort of like tie it all together, these are the first results of our lead engine project. So we have scored over 8,000 leads since August, which has generated 295 new memberships. As you can see, the baseline has a conversion rate, so number of actual sales over all of the incoming leads, at 3.5%, whereas the high group, the leads with high scores, have a conversion rate of 6%, so that's almost twice as high, which is it's pretty good. We're very satisfied with this. And you can also see the medium group is actually performing as well as the baseline group, so it's looking pretty good. But this was just two of the ways we use Snowflake in our everyday lives. We also have a lot of plans for how we're going to use it in the future.
Yeah, so one thing we are considering is building even more dashboards in Streamlined within Snowflake, even though we already have some existing solutions right now. For example, we use them for data ingestion. We're also interested in exploring the opportunities for integrating data science tools directly within Snowflake, because this way we would be able to both build and deploy our machine learning models directly within the platform. And lastly, we're also interested in maybe at least configuring both Kubernetes and Docker containers directly within the platform, and especially figuring out the potential benefits of doing this. So these are the things we're considering for the future. But yeah, that was all from us for now. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. Otherwise, I think we're ready for dinner.
Oh. Thanks. I think there was one question, or? No, it's fine. We don't mind.
Okay. A really quick and small question. I noticed in the function that you created that the embedded values was arrays in the data type. And there is another data type in Snowflake called vectors. So just wondering if you had tried to play around with that, or there is a specific reason why you're choosing array, not vectors, as a data type?
I'm not actually sure if we tried the other way around, but I know that the embeddings are stored as the vector data type in Snowflake. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the difference would be actually.
Yeah. I believe if you store it as it was only, I've never tested it out, I just read about it a couple of times, but I was hoping that it will perform a bit better than array, and it also has built-in function for similarities, so you don't have to build your own one. I've never heard of anyone testing or using it, so only interest.
Yeah.
Maybe you can be the first one.
Yeah, now I'm interested as well, at least, so yeah, maybe we should try that out. Any other questions?
Cool.
Nope.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.